What's happening, everybody? Say hello. We got who we got? We got such and such, Katie 2, Renee, Catherine Summers, Rosalind, Tasha May, Raging Night Wolf, Danger Mouse. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one kind of short. First off, for anybody who was here last night, that must have been entertaining to a certain degree. Not entertaining the way that I meant it to be, but yeah, I had a little too much wine, and I went live, and yeah, that's a big no-no. But I mean, it happens to the best of us, I guess, from time to time. Actually, it doesn't. But yeah, I appreciate everybody being cool about it, man. Yeah, man, I was wrecked. I was really, really drunk. Anyway, but I don't I don't do that too often. It's funny, like I'll drink for like 3 or 4 days and then just not do it for like a couple of months, but but I am drinking wine tonight, but you caught me early. Okay, I'm drinking wine tonight because Eddie Van Halen, rest in peace. Eddie Van Halen is, to say he's a legend is an understatement. He he set a standard for guitar sound. And I don't know how many of you are musicians. I don't know how many of you are very educated as far as rock and roll music. But I mean, yeah, he's 65, fucking cancer. I mean, it sucks, it sucks. And I'm grateful it wasn't an overdose. I'm grateful it wasn't, a suicide. But still, the fact that he's gone is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Eddie Van Halen's sound, like, he's one of the few, if not only, guitarists that, like, when a new song would be released, I would be like, ooh, that's the new Van Halen. Even though I've never heard it before, I recognized Eddie Van Halen's guitar sound. Very, very, very distinct. And he took a long time to master that. And he plays out of a Peavey. I mean, nobody does that and makes it sound good. But yes, Eric G. Let's see here. Yeah, he absolutely invented his own sound, and he was he mastered guitar playing. And here's the thing. I don't like to sit there and go, oh, this is a better guitarist than this guy, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys. That stuff is like, you have these guitarists that are, showboat guitarists, like Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, great guitarists, don't get me wrong. But, I have no interest. Like, it's their whole shtick is, ooh, look how awesome I am. Not, there's no songs. Eddie Van Halen absolutely adored rock and roll. He dedicated his entire life to it. His family did. I mean, he was the drummer. Alex is his brother. Has been his brother. Has been his drummer for decades. And I just, yeah, man, to know that there's never ever going to be another live Van Halen performance is a crazy thought to me. It's crazy. He had songs, Van Halen had songs. Joe Satriani and Steve Vai, I mean, they're great. And if you're looking to watch somebody show off, then that's cool. But man, like, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna be honest. I like Van Hagar, dude. I'm a big fan. I love that shit. I loved when Sammy Hagar was singing for them. They were a completely different band than when David Lee Roth sang with them. But I loved it. I thought those songs were great. I thought all those Sammy Hagar, Van Halen songs were great. And I feel honestly like that's where Eddie Van Halen had peaked. He absolutely, like, they had great songs in the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, they stood on their own. Whenever you see a video, I mean, you see videos of, like, I mean, they fit into the hair band thing, but they weren't a hair band really, they were just awesome. Van Halen was just great. I absolutely loved. I mean, I still rock out to Pound Cake all the time. I listen to all this old, like, Sammy Hagar shit all the time. I love it. People are like, oh, Van Halen died when David Lee Roth left the band. No. He got better. The songs got better. I mean, David Lee Roth, I love David Lee Roth. And I even like David Lee Roth's solo stuff. But I absolutely, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, Van Halen stopped being Van Halen when David Lee Roth was no longer in the band. Well, I mean, I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy talk. Because those Van Hagar songs are fantastic. Pound Cake is such a dope song. He's got the drill. He's got the drill, and he's playing it against his guitar strings, man. That's dope. Yeah, it's a bummer, man. 65, man. I mean, he still had a lot of live shows. Look at Ozzy. Ozzy's like still rocking. I'm afraid I'm gonna see Ozzy drop dead on stage one day. Like, I'm afraid of it. I love Ozzy. I love Ozzy. That's one of the best live shows, if not the best live show I ever saw. I went to an Ozfest, and Pantera played right before Ozzy. And yeah, Pantera, just, I've never seen a band play with more authority in my life. It came out, Phil's like, "Hey, we're Pantera, we're the kings of metal. Get the fuck up on your feet and show us some fucking respect." And then they just went into like Mouth of War. It was amazing. It's amazing. Like, Van Halen was so loud. Nobody's ever gonna sound like Eddie Van Halen. Nobody's ever gonna do what Eddie Van Halen did. Nobody's ever gonna come on, dude. Those days are over. Are you hearing the new shit? Some of it I like, but I mean, what's the standard for popular rock and roll today is fucking crazy to me. Like, dude, I can't stand Jared Leto just because of his fucking band. I hate 30 Seconds to Mars. I hate that band so much. I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible. But there's never going to be anybody like Eddie Van Halen again. That time is gone. Think about that. Hold on. I'm supposed to play a gig this weekend, and I have already been called to see if we could do a Van Halen cover show instead of a normal set list. Yes, we can do all Van Halen. Fuck yeah, dude, do it. Hell yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Listen, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna debate anybody on their taste in music, man, because like I'm really snobby when it comes to that shit, and I'm really sorry. So I try not to be. I don't want to be that guy that's just shits all over everything people listen to. But I don't want to be that guy. But man, I mean, dude, like my first concert ever, I never got to see Van Halen live. Oh man, that's really hitting me right now, because like I'm never gonna get to see Van Halen live ever. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Never gonna get to see Van Halen. My first concert, I was 4 years old. It was Kiss, full makeup. Gene Simmons was like spitting fire, blood, levitating. It's amazing. I'm totally that guy, Rosalind. I'm totally that guy. I just don't want to be mean to anybody, Ben. Like, that's what'll happen, dude. You start naming bands that you like, and I'm gonna be like, shit. I'm horrible. I'm horrible when it comes to that. And I don't want to be that guy. I mean, I am that guy. I don't want to be that guy here. I just don't want to do that. Living Color. Yeah, everybody type in your first show. I want to see where everybody's first concert was, man. I would love to know where everybody who was their first band, like, and what band like had like an impact on you that made you like, that kind of shaped parts of your life. Boys to Men. Wow. ZZ Top. I never got to see ZZ Top either. Eric Clapton, Phil Collins, Robert Cray. Wow. That must have been amazing. Listen, the band that has all my respect. They're not necessarily my favorite band, but they have all my respect in how they handle themselves as a band. Wow, Huey Lewis. I never got to see Huey Lewis. I love Huey Lewis in the News. I love that shit. I love Zeppelin too. You got to see Zeppelin live? Wow. Now, did you see Zeppelin or did you see like Page playing with like Jason Bonham playing drums? Cause like, all right. Yeah, man. I was 4. I dressed up, dude. I loved Kiss when I was a kid, when I was a little kid. I was the only kid that I knew that loved Kiss. I'd play the records all the time, and I would and I dressed up as Gene Simmons for Halloween in kindergarten, and they made me take off the costume because it was scaring the kids too bad. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and my mom, she was dating this guy, and I guess to impress her, I don't know. It was just fucking so long ago. He knew how much I loved Kiss. Kiss came to concert, St. Louis, Missouri, Checker Dome Stadium, and I was there. It was awesome. I mean, it was amazing. But, you know, like I listen to Kiss music now, and Kiss sucks. Kiss is fucking awful. They're great businessmen, though. Gene Simmons is like a marketing genius. But, you know, the band sucks. Like, shit is terrible. And I know a lot of great musicians that'll say different. I know I know this one guy. He sings for a pretty I don't want to say famous. They're well known. I mean, if whatever city they go to, anywhere in the world, they're gonna pack a house of like 500 to 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, so, but, and they're great. They're amazing. But the front man, he loves Kiss. I mean, one of the bands that I love the most, Melvins, they cover Kiss songs all the time, or they used to. Yeah. Buzz Osborne is a weird dude and a really funny dude with a really dark sense of humor. He I was listening to an interview he did one time, and he was talking about Paul McCartney. I shouldn't even repeat this. He was talking about Paul McCartney, and he was like, man, he went and married a woman with like one leg. Like, that's amazing. And he's like, you're going to tell me with all that money, you can't afford a whole wife? That's the kind of fucking bands I listen to, is people who say fucked up shit like that. But Melvins are a great band. They're fantastic. AC/DC is great too, man. Now, I'll say, you know who I like as far as, I mean, I don't like their music so much anymore. I feel like I grew out of it. Does that make sense? I feel like I grew out of it, but I was watching Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam, when I was a teenager, was easily my favorite band. But they do pretty fantastic. The way that they handle being a huge famous band, they do it so well and so responsibly. They absolutely have my admiration as far as that goes. Oh, Cheap Trick is great, Martine. Yeah, like, I mean, like Eddie Vedder, and they're a bunch of super liberals, but at the same time, like, I mean, they do so much to give back. It's great. Yeah, a lot of people's all-time favorite band is Pearl Jam, and for good reason. They're a great band. They're fantastic. And I say a great band. I say they're a great band because they do it well. You know what I'm saying? Like they throw benefit shows and they release benefit albums, and they're cool with people bootlegging their shit. You know, they don't care. I remember I was such a Pearl Jam fan when I was a kid. When I was like 15, I was such a Pearl Jam fan. I would get bootleg CDs of live shows that they would do because they just couldn't get enough. But I mean, yeah, now I'm old, now I'm bitter, and it's just too fucking liberal for me, and and that's okay, you know. I'm not knocking them for being liberal. I mean, it's just not my thing, you know. But they do so much. They do much. They do all these great things for the environment. Eddie Vedder's just a cool dude. He seems to be very, very grateful for where he is in his life. Very grateful, and he expresses that gratitude in a very, very positive manner, in a very creative manner. And I absolutely admire him for that. But you know, he's the kind of guy that'll vote left just to get Trump out. You know what I mean? And then to me is I think it's irresponsible. But you know, whatever. Let's see. This is nice, guys. This is nice. It's nice that I'm actually sober enough to do this. But it's also nice in the sense that like I'm just kicking it with you guys and hanging out. I like what's going on in chat. Everybody's being really, really cool. And I'm not even heated about nothing. Like I'm just kind of just celebrating the fact that Eddie Van Halen was a thing, man. I absolutely loved his music. I don't remember last night, Joanne. I remember going live, but I don't remember what I went on to talk about at all. And I swear, man, like there was a time where I would be like super embarrassed by that, you know. But I mean, the fact is like I built a certain type of demographic as far as you guys go. Like I only want certain people to listen to and enjoy this channel. And the type of people that are going to listen to and enjoy this channel are not going to judge me for showing my ass and getting drunk and going live. And that's pretty cool. Because yeah, that's really cool that you guys are like that cool about it. Yeah. And you know, people would be like, "Oh, dirty delete, blah blah blah." Well, you know, I mean, maybe. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna keep that up. It was just boring, you know. But you know, I mean, sometimes, you know. But yeah, no, everybody was really cool, man. Because I posted in my group about it today when I woke up, and everybody, you know, everybody commented. It was just really, really cool about it. You know, I mean, yeah, I just had too much to drink and acted a little silly, you know. Yeah, I don't what I don't want is that people think that that's a regular thing for me. I mean, in a way it's regular because like, you know, it's pretty consistent that I'll do it every month or couple months depending, you know, but it's never like I mean, yeah. The only times I would ever be drinking and go live was when I would go on panel with Kay. And even that was not even every time either. I would just happen to be drinking and then she'd go live. And what's messed up is I was on I only drink so much so often, right? And both times that I was on panel with John Crimes, I was drinking. Second time I was on vacation in Colorado. And just out of the blue, he was like, call in. And I wasn't gonna be like, no, I'm not doing that because I've been drinking. And then we talked about something very, very, very sensitive. We talked about something very sensitive. So I felt in a way that I disrespected him in the sense that I should not have. The subject that we were discussing deserves better from me and anybody who's going to have that conversation with someone else. And so in that sense, it was disrespectful to have engaged in that conversation with him in that condition. But yeah, it's like, dude, out of all the times, but yeah, I don't drink that often, but when I do, I drink a lot. Right, Mrs. R&B, that's my point. It does say a lot about my viewers. Everybody was super cool. Nobody was judgmental. Everybody was just, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody who's in the group. And if you're not in the group, man, like please join the group. I know I'm getting a lot of new members in the group, which is great. And I just made, I don't want to put that person out there, but I just made someone an admin because they're very active in my group, and they are one of my mods. But yeah, totally. I made them an admin because I'm hoping that they could do more with the page than I do, because I don't do shit with it. I don't really post anything. I'm terrible about groups. Like, if there's a true crime group, like, I don't even want to go. I'll do it. Like, the only time I ever really did was because Kay would like invite me in the groups, and she knows that I'm gonna drop memes and shit like that. But nah, man. I don't like groups. I like my group. There's only like 400 people in it, but it's nice. It's chill. Nobody gets stupid. Wow. Vanessa, I'm so sorry about that. Wow. I'm so sorry. But I'm glad that you're here and that you are enjoying the channel. I'm glad that it is helpful in whatever way that it is. In regards to your comment, Rosalind, no, I have not. Should I have, for whatever reason? And oh my God, and a PayPal just came through. Thank you so much for that, guys. And that's the thing. I know PayPal's like my only method of being able to for anybody to show support in that sense monetarily. But it sucks because your YouTube handles come through, but your names come through, and I want to say thank you when I see them, but I don't want to put anybody's real name out there. So I just want to let you know I got it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I think yeah, man. Rosalind, I mean, to answer your question, I mean, we had a falling out and I left it at that, so I have no ill will towards her. I hope that she's happy. I hope that she's doing well. I'm just, it seems that our association had reached its limit, and that happens. That just happens sometimes. Sometimes people grow out of each other. So Yeah, I can imagine that, Vanessa. You're saying that your boss was very abusive, so you're happy. You feel like your weight has been lifted, because here's the thing that people don't think about either. And sometimes you just don't even want to hear this shit. But I'm going to say it anyway. I mean, now your possibilities are just endless. You can literally do just about anything that you want right now. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. Like once once I mean, dude, I got to a point. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I got to a bad spot. And I got to a point where I lost everything, and including my apartment. And I was this close to just going into a homeless shelter. Um, but I decided I got real low. I got real low and I got suicidal. I actually talk about this stuff a lot in my way earlier lives, but I got real low and I got suicidal, and I decided I was going to end it. I was done. I was done. And then my mom and my brother, um, like they came through and really showed how much they cared for me, and I had not realized how much my family truly loved me. I thought that it was very one-sided prior to that. um and I'm bad at showing love too. I have no reason to think that they would think any differently, but they came out of nowhere. um I was stupid, and it's funny. I felt so guilty that I could not do it without saying goodbye. I would have just felt so, and then my brother flew across the country. He was just like, I just want to talk, my mom, same thing. And right there, I was like, holy shit, you know, and then there's nothing else you can do but go up. Right. And here I was thinking it's the end. Right. But then I just decided to stop feeling sorry for myself. Just right there. I just decided I'm not feeling sorry for myself anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. I got to change everything. And that's how I came up with the Glare acronym, because I just started focusing on those things, and it saved my life. Uh, and I decided, it's funny because now I'm also not a slave to things. I work a very low paying job right now because it makes me happy. I love my job. It's a very low paying job, but I I I have, in order to live decent, comfortably, I have to sacrifice things that are certain luxuries. Like I don't even pay for phone service. I'm under Wi-Fi almost everywhere, so I don't pay for phone service. To me, that's crazy. That's a bill that I just don't need. Right? I don't drive a car. I walk everywhere. I work out. I got a job at a gym so I could work out all the time. So you know, I live a very, very simple life, and I'm grateful for every minute. Good night, Wicked Witch. Um, so yeah, I just basically don't live beyond my means. I mean, think about it. How many people out there are bitching and moaning all the time? Fuck. Life. Ugh. But like, I'll bet you a good, huge chunk of those people are living beyond their means. Like, it's real easy. Just, sacrifice things, things that you don't need. Right? It's a miracle. It's a miracle that I even have the means to do this channel. Well, see, that's the thing, Renee. I want to talk about that. As far as depression goes, it's something that I still deal with every day. Some days way worse than others, but it's I used to try to bury it. Excuse me. I used to try to bury it all the time. And now I just kind of I don't pay it attention. It's kind of like a menacing person that's in your life. If you just ignore them, they're gonna fucking go away. They're gonna get bored. You're not giving them back anything. You know what I'm saying? So depression is kind of like that for me. For me, I can't speak for anybody else. For me, it's kind of like that. For me, I just kind of it's there, and I don't give it any thought. I try to just focus on things that I'm grateful for. Obviously, that's a lot more productive. I don't find, yeah, I don't like the idea of giving it what it wants. You know, I don't like that. So it's there. You know, I mean, the depression is there. You know, I don't like to let it win. Does that make sense? I just kind of manage it. You know. Prestique. I don't know what Prestique is, Katie Lydia. Um, for me, it's exercise, man. It really is. For me, it's simple. It's exercise. You know, like I used to drink to just bury that shit. You know, now I drink because I just feel like getting drunk sometimes. You know, that's it. Uh, but I used to drink in excess in order to subdue pain. That pain's not going anywhere, man. The pain's not going anywhere. So it's just the way that is. So I choose to learn to live with it, you know, and do the best I can. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not easy at all. But when you apply something like accountability, it's very, very liberating. Very, very liberating. Because if I take accountability for a lot of the things that I'm real quick to blame somebody else for, if I can take accountability for those things, well then, I'm not burdened with that other person anymore. I'm not burdened with anything except myself, who I am facing the fact that I did something that I could have done differently. You know. Yeah, see, hangovers are the worst. And then what's going to end up happening is, like, for the next week, I'm going to just not drink at all. And then I'm going to have anxiety and, and then I'm just going to go back to I'm going back to my regular routine, where I get up, I go work out, I work, I come home, talk shit with you guys. What's going on here in chat? Hold on. Jesus, Evelyn. Wow. Well, you have to. You have to. You know why you have to? Because the people like you who lost these people, that lost your mom too, because other people lost your mom too, and other people lost your fiance. It's not fair that they have to lose you too. Okay? I'm going to tell you straight up. That's how I feel about it. It's not fair. So you're going to have to keep going. You just have to. And it's hard, man. It's hard. It's really, really hard to Jesus, hold on a second. I had to clear my throat, man. That was it's really, really difficult. I get it. Life is a bitch. It's hard, you know? But the thing is, man, I've talked about this before. I want you to think about this number. Try to visualize this number, right? 400 trillion. 400 trillion. There is a 400 trillion to 1 chance of you being born. You being you. That can't be an accident. That can't be an accident. Right? I mean, am I crazy? That's a dude. Try to imagine. There's no way to visualize that. I can't even visualize a million. How am I supposed to visualize 400 trillion? Those are the odds. 400 trillion to 1. This life is a gift, man. It really is. Even when it's hard, it's a gift, you know? And I have a hard time with it every day, man. I'm not lying. I have a hard time with it every fucking day. But I can't do that to my family, dude. I can't do that to the people in my life that care about me. I just can't. The least I can do is try a little harder every day. The least I can do. I mean, I don't know where my depression came from. You know? I mean, who knows? I haven't had the greatest life. I didn't have the easiest childhood, but that's a lot of people. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know, but it's okay. The thing is, there's no sense in worrying about that. For me, there's no sense in worrying about it. There's no cure for it. I'm not going to be cured of my depression. I'm just going to have to learn to fucking live with it and handle it. I got to learn to handle it. Period. I've came up with this particular system that works for me. I'm not saying that anybody else needs to be doing it. I'm not preaching at anybody saying you need to start doing this, you need to start doing that. It's not what I'm doing. But I'm telling you, the Glairer works for me. That's why I named this channel that. You did miss Drunk Blind Melon, Willie. Jeremy. Jeremy's known me forever, dude. I've been friends with Jeremy since shit. Man, we're 45, dude. I hung out with Jeremy when I was 14 years old. We had our first apartment together. Me, him, and Phil. Well, that's because you listen to Blind Melon obsessively, Jeremy. I like Blind Melon. Dude, did you watch the documentary yet? It was fucking amazing. Evelyn, we're here for you anytime. All right? Just hang in there. Keep on hanging in there. We love you. Dude, you need to watch that. You need to get on that shit. You need to watch that documentary. What is it called? All I Can Say. That's what it's called. Yeah, see, I used to love Blind Melon, right? And Jeremy, obviously don't say her name in here. But I used to love Blind Melon, and a woman ruined it for me. You ever with somebody, right? you're with somebody and I mean, that's my own fault. Like for God knows what reason, I was with this woman for so long, on and off, but we had a horrible relationship. It was the most awful relationship ever. Totally destructive, right? And and it became to the point where I just couldn't stand the fucking sight of her. Yet I couldn't leave her. I don't know what it was. I can't make sense of it. And then we had a kid together, and then yeah. Life ruined. But it was my own choices. You know what I'm saying? I should have had enough self-esteem to be okay with being alone, but she would get a hold of my music that I loved, and then she would fucking play the shit out and then ruin it for me, completely and totally ruin it. Made me so mad. Because how are you feeling my shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you feeling my music? Don't feel my shit. Now I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't stand this woman, dude. Right, Renee? Right? You see what I'm saying? I can't, dude. I can't do it. There's certain bands that I'm just like, fuck. I have nothing against this band other than the fact that this person likes it. That's the only thing I have against. That's it. Awful. It's the shallowest shit in the world, bro. It's awful. What's up, Mary Lopez? Right on that, girl. Right on. Yeah, man. Just knowing that somebody that I can't fucking stand likes the same thing that I do, I no longer like that shit anymore. That's how lame I am. Think about that. What's up, my kids are brats? Yeah, I'm really not talking about anything too pressing. I went over the whole Van Halen thing and how much of an impact he had on me as a failed musician that I am. Why did I delete it? Because I was fucking hammered, man. That was like awful. I can't imagine anybody sitting through that and being entertained by it other than just, unless it's just to make fun of me, which is fine too. But I don't know. Maybe I should have left it up. Maybe I should have just for that let people make fun of me. But yeah, that's why I deleted it. No, I'm not a Scorpio. Okay. At least the chat was fun. You won't eat pork chops for the same reason. What does that even mean? I like pork chops. I actually made some the other night. They were pretty fucking delicious. No, I did not. That really happened? So Barry gave an interview to CBS. I have to check that. You know what? I'm going to see if I can find it on here, and then we're going to talk about that. Ooh. See, that's why I love hanging out with y'all. Y'all let me know what's up. Y'all let me know what's happening. Let's see. Okay, but all right. Specifically looking for this. Okay. I guess it's only like 2.5 minutes. Hold on. All right, let's watch this.
Mother is now for sale. Suzanne Morphew vanished during a bicycle ride in Chaffee County Mother's Day. Her brother flew to Colorado to search for her, then took his case to Dr. Phil. And he threw out a lot of theories,
including pointing a finger at Morphew's husband. Our Mountain Newsroom reporter Jamie Leary talked with the husband, joins us live right now. So, Jamie, what does he think happened to his wife?
Well, since his wife disappeared, Barry Morphew has been recorded without permission. He says he's had curious onlookers wander onto the property. That's part of the reason he's selling his home. The other part is he believes his wife was abducted, and his 2 daughters are now terrified to live inside of the home. We sat down and talked to him without cameras about it, and he gave me permission to share some of his story. Barry Morphew wasn't part of the recent search for his wife, and he's already spent months scouring the land around their home. He no longer believes she's here.
What do you remember about her?
She's just the brightest light ever.
It's what everyone says of Suzanne Morphew. Barry says she would have stopped to help anyone in need, and it's part of the reason he believes she was abducted.
We're going to fan out. And we're going to.
His brother-in-law, Andy, who organized the search, has been Barry's biggest critic, even implicating him.
You think her husband is the one that did this?
Well, based on behaviors and things that have happened, yeah.
But Barry says Andy hardly spoke to his sister and paints a very different picture. The 52-year-old broke down in tears on Sunday as he talked about the love he and his wife share for each other. In a letter she wrote to him on Valentine's Day, she said, "I just want you to know my life would be nothing without your love and the excitement you bring to our marriage and my life. All my love, Suzanne." She continued on another sheet of paper, talking about how Barry held her when she was sick from chemotherapy, writing, "I remember all the beautiful and difficult times we had. So many. Through each one, I know our love has grown stronger. You are my love forever." The pair married in 1994 and had 2 children, despite Suzanne's Hodgkin's lymphoma diagnosis, which recently returned. Barry has faith she's still alive. And to aid in the search, he says he's willingly turned over cell phone records and opened his home to investigators. I spoke with investigators today to check in. They say so far they have not identified anybody as a person of interest in this case. Reporting live in Summit County, Jamie Leary, CBS 4 Mountain Newsroom.
Wow, man. So, see, man, that's the thing. I don't. Yeah, I'm not ready to say that. I'm not ready to say this dude did anything to his wife, dude. I'm just not ready to do that. And I know, like a lot of people don't feel the same way. I know a lot of people don't feel the same way. But I'm not, man. I'm not ready to call this dude a killer when we don't even know. I've gone over this stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse, but we don't even know what happened to her. But he believes. I mean, it makes sense. People are saying, "Oh, it's so suspicious that he's selling the house." It's not suspicious at all, dude. This guy, the whole country thinks this guy's a murderer. Why the fuck wouldn't he move? Who's not going to move? Think about it. Everybody thinks this dude is a murderer. I mean, and people are like, it's suspicious that he didn't help the search. Dude, I mean, everybody thinks that he's guilty anyway. Guilty of who knows? Guilty of what? We don't even know what happened. So I mean, come on. So I'm not gonna, start throwing stones at this dude. As far as I'm concerned, this guy is he has a missing wife that he loves. I don't have any reason to think otherwise. Now, are there things that could look suspicious? Yeah. A lot of people, Annie, 10 to Life, she's covering the case and she's pointing out a lot of good points. But the thing is if I can come up with reasonable doubt for anything that looks suspicious on his part, well, then that's it. I'm totally not about to like put this dude through the ringer, man. His wife is missing. The mother of his 2 daughters, grown daughters. I went over this too. I mean, think about it. Like those 2 girls are perfectly well adjusted. Do they seem like the product of a dysfunctional marriage where a husband would murder his wife? I mean, that's just the kind of things that I look at. That's just what I look at. Now, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the guy's innocent either. I don't know. All I'm saying is I'm not ready to start, putting this dude through the ringer, man. I'm just not ready to do that. There's too much doubt. There's too much reasonable doubt. I agree. I completely agree with you there. Yeah, man. Pitchforks, man. Dude, that's the thing, man. And I get it, man. This stuff happens. Always. It always fucking happens. Where YouTube creators will just make this person out to be like guilty of God knows what. I mean, dude, we're talking about, I mean, think about it. Think about it for a second. Like, how is this dude, his life not totally in shambles right now? That's crazy. Renee, that's crazy. Are you serious? That's the thing, is people are like, oh, well, I love that shit too. I've said this 100 times, but I love this shit. I love when people go, well, you know what? If I'm wrong, I'll apologize. Like, how about not putting the guy through judgment that he's some sort of murderer? How about doing that? So you don't have to apologize if you turn out to be wrong. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, why? I don't understand that pattern of thinking, man. I'm not about to start throwing stones at this dude and labeling him a murderer when he could very well be just as much, if not more, yes, a husband who's missing his wife. And he has no idea where she is. Can you imagine what you're going through? I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine. Just what the fuck? She's up and disappears. No idea where she is, what's going on with her. The whole fucking country's talking about it, and the whole country is pointing their finger at you. What if he's innocent? I mean, that's insane to me, man. It's insane to me that people are just so easily and quick to do that. Yeah, Golden One. I heard that, where they were saying that. I mean, the daughters, They know that, okay, Barry believes that Suzanne was abducted. So everyone knowing where you live, man, and you got two grown-ups, daughters, they're grown up and they're attractive. You know, I mean, of course you're going to be scared. Of course you're going to sell the house. I'm shocked it took them this long to do it. Actually, I'm not. Because, I mean, you know, if your wife is missing, you want her to come home. You want her to come home. Yeah, I don't understand how we didn't learn from the Heidi Broussard case. I don't know how did we not learn from that? Why is everybody so quick to hang a guilty verdict on this dude before we even know there's a crime that took place? I mean, I don't care. You can call me a Barry defender. I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna. There's something wrong with you if you're like totally. I mean, come on, man. This guy. There's stuff that makes you go, I don't know. But it's only stuff that makes you go, I don't know, because you're actually looking for reasons to tie him to this. If you weren't looking for reasons to tie him to it, you would have reasonable doubt on every single thing that has taken place so far. You got a fucking meth head who said that, you know, you smelled chlorine in his room. Now, I've heard one channel say that the pool was closed. I heard another channel say that they called and they confirmed that the pool was actually open. I mean, how are you going to know? That's my point. My point is, so what? So the hotel smelled like bleach. So fucking what? That doesn't mean that he was trying to get rid of DNA. Like, how does your head go to that right away, man? You know, that's just me, man. That's just me. I just don't believe that. I'm not quick to do that. Red Raider, you're absolutely right. There will be no one like. I talked about that, actually. I talked about that. What's up, Just Shelly? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, show me some evidence, you know? I mean, but here's the thing. Many of you might just think I'm unreasonable, you know? Because I said the same shit about Letitia Stock. Everybody knew she did what she did. I said the same thing. I defended her. Well, I didn't really defend her. Because, I mean, I said she was guilty of being a fucking asshole. The whole time I was like, just because she's a fucking asshole does not make her a murderer. I was saying that the whole time. You know? And then, when you see that evidence, man, you read that affidavit, it's a little different. It's a little different. I don't know, man. This true crime thing, man. I get so annoyed every time. It's my own fault. I get so annoyed every time because people just don't fucking realize that these are real people. That real people are affected by this shit. I mean, I can't really trash talk because I'm up here doing it too. You know what I mean? I'm up here doing it too. But man, it's just like people forget. People forget. You know, it's not a whodunit on Lifetime. There's a very, very good chance that this man is missing his wife and trying to comfort two daughters. And no matter what he does, he looks bad. No matter what he does, he looks like somebody's going to find a reason why it looks bad. You know what I'm saying? I think that sucks. And here's the thing is, if I'm wrong, first of all, I'm not wrong, because I'm not even saying that the guy's innocent. I'm just saying what I see right now is an innocent guy. That's what I see right now. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I think that he's, I don't have any evidence telling me that he's innocent of this other than his character. But the fact that I'm sitting up here saying that is fucked up. It's crazy. The fact that I'm sitting up here saying that it's fucked up, saying that I don't know if he's guilty or innocent, and the guy's wife is missing, dude. I should be up here just plain saying, you know what? He didn't do it. Problem is, I don't know. Problem is, I just don't know. But none of y'all know either. But here's the thing, is if it turns out that he's innocent, I'm not going to have to apologize to anybody for anything. I mean, I'm just not going to have to do that. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, very well said. Very well said. She came back. Everybody wants the right to due process, but, they don't want to uphold it. Everybody wants, I love that shit. Everybody wants their freedom of speech, but they want to fucking shut somebody else up. That's the thing is, dude, I will sit up here and I will trash talk Critical K. I will. I have no problem doing that, but I'll never try to shut her down. She has the right to be an asshole if she wants. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I give a fuck, but I'm not going to try to take that away from somebody. You know what I'm saying? She has the right to fucking use YouTube and be a fucking asshole. She has every right to do that. This is America. I will always defend her right to be able to do that. I think she sucks. But I can sit up here freely and say how much I think she sucks. Right? I can do that. But, I mean, I don't understand that shit. I don't understand how people, they want everything, but they don't want it. They don't realize there's a small cost. There's a small cost to that. Having freedom of speech means hearing shit that you're not going to like. That's what that means, period. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you listening. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I had a great time. Thank you, everybody, for the PayPals. Whoever sent PayPals. Again, I want to say thank you personally and everything. I just don't want to I don't want to put anybody's name out there, man. But thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, golden one. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. That's all you got to do. How hard is that? How hard is it to simply, I mean, dude, that's where rationality, logic, accountability comes in, awareness. If you're sitting here and you're trying to take away somebody's right to fucking talk, you're abusing your right to talk when you do it. Shit. I think it's the only way you could ever actually abuse your right to free speech The only way you can abuse your right to free speech, in my personal opinion, is by voicing that somebody else's right to speak should be shut down or taken away. Guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for logging on. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.